Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne back to do your bonus read. Oh boy, I can never get the camera straight here. So when I move it so you can see the cards and then I go to put it back, it will never sit in the same position. It drives me batty. All right, we're going to use the Merrill Tarot for your bonus reading. Okay, I noticed I had a mozzie bite this morning right here, so I haven't got a black eye. Ten of Pentacles coming straight out the gate. I love starting a reading with a very positive card. I wish you could do that every time, but the Ten of Pentacles is a beautiful card. It talks about abundance, it talks about wealth, not necessarily financial wealth, although it can talk about inheritances, it can talk about coming into money, gifting, but moreover it's sort of the material side of things, and it can mean that your abundance, because you're coming to the end of a cycle with the 10. So it means that you've reached the end of a cycle with a lot to show for that cycle. It's a very different energy to the 10 of Swords or the 10 of Wands, which sort of denote a burden, and the 10 of Cups denoting something around you feeling fulfilled with love or emotions. The 10 of Pentacles can talk about finances, but it can also say that you've reached the end of this cycle in a very, very good place with your resources. All right, so the Two of Pentacles is here. I feel like some of you may have come into money here because you look to me like you're tossing up on how to spend it. You know, sometimes when we come into large sums, or even when we're thinking about it, you know, when you're thinking about sort of coming into money and you think, how would I spend it? If I won this, what would I do with it? How would I spend this money? And I feel like this is what's happening with this Two Pentacles. There's very much this energy of being at the end of something, being complete, having finished something, but sort of tossing up on where to go next. It is a card of balance. It is a card of choice. So it's sort of like that, trying to make a choice, but not really coming up with anything at this point because the Two Pentacles are both in the air. So for me, this sort of feels like you've come to the end of a cycle. You're ready to move forward and you're tossing up which way to go, which way to proceed. All right, so we have the Page of Swords here, okay, with the Star card. Now, this definitely says to me that you've completed something. So you may have completed, for example, a university degree, and it may be the tossing up now on which way to go in your career. Now, the Page of Swords tells me that you probably are doing a lot of research. You may be looking into things to see what you want to do next. It may be a very physical thing. You could have finished a relationship on a high point here. You could have completed a relationship. You could be moving to a next stage where you're tossing up on how to move forward. Whatever this is here, you are now almost investigating how you want to do this. How do I want to move forward? What do I do next? Because for me, this feels like you may be signing up for internet dating, for example. So there's definitely a feeling of sort of getting online and sort of deciding which way you want to move in your life next, because we have the Star card here. So something here has put you on a path of trying to work out what you want to do with your future. So for some of you, this may be the completion of a year where you've decided you're going to get out and go into your own business. It could be that you've decided you want to go back and get an education, but you're not sure what course to take. Whatever this is, you're doing your research because you have your eye on the prize here. The Star card talks about healing. So you may have been through a lot of healing, and maybe that's why you're coming out of this year feeling very renewed and revigorized, and you're looking for what you want to do with your life next. Now, I feel like for some of you with the Star card, there may be an opportunity that's being presented to you, but you are not sure which way to go with it. And you may be looking into it to see which way to go. It could be 2 jobs, 2 careers, 2 opportunities landing in your lap at the same time, that you're trying to see which is the right one and the best one for you with the Star card. Yep, look at you go. So what I want to say to you, it looks to me here when I get this sort of energy that no matter which way you go, you're going to pick what's right for you. This time around, you're not going to go with what you think you should. You're not going to go with what you imagine people should think that you should do. Like, you're just going to do what you do because you are in the right place to make that choice. So whatever you're choosing to do here, you are walking away from something to move towards something new. So whatever you've closed off here, whatever cycle you've closed off with the Ten of Pentacles, you are definitely moving into the next phase or stage of your life with a very different idea of where to go and what to do. You are not going to repeat a pattern. You are not going to take the past with you. You have cleaned the slate. You are ready to move forward, and you are making a decision on what is right for you. It's really nice energy. All right, let's have a look. Okay, so I have the Six of Wands coming through. So this is really beautiful because the Six of Wands is a card of victory. This is about like public recognition. It's about being recognized by your peers, being recognized by your community. There's always a little bit of an edge to this card, about not becoming too self-satisfied by what you're achieving. But at the end of the day, we're all entitled to our moment in the limelight. This Six of Wands for me says that whatever you're doing here, you're very focused on your own success. This time you're doing things very differently because this time you are making sure that whatever you do is right for you. And maybe you haven't done that in the past, and maybe that's been your lessons, maybe that's been the work you've done, but you are definitely focused on what is best for you. Oh, I like it. I really feel so many people have done good work in the past year on themselves, with their healing. All right, so we have the Seven of Wands with the Five of Swords and the King of Wands. I feel like here for many of you, there is a sense of determination to achieve what you want to achieve. Whatever you're setting out for here is really, you are really sure that you want to get that right this time. So that definitely says to me you've done a lot of work and you're understanding the importance of what you've learned and what you've healed from. I feel like for some of you, this may be walking away from things or being comfortable with walking away from things that don't serve you any longer. There is a real strong determination in this card. Have a look at it. You're not going to let other people bring you down. And maybe this is what you've learned over that time. And maybe you've separated from someone or walked away from a situation, a job or something here where you have decided that this time around you're going to do things very, very differently. I feel here with the King of Wands, you're really standing in your own power. You know that you're the leader you were meant to be, and you're going to use that to move forward. That doesn't mean bullying anyone or pushing anyone around. It just means you're recognizing yourself in situations, you're observing yourself, you are fully healed and you know what you need to do. Or well, fully healed as much as we ever become fully healed, but you know what to do, what to expect and how to go about that. There it is again, the World card. I'm getting that a lot the last few days. We have the Hanged Man coming out with that, which is quite interesting. That's why you're getting the Two of Pentacles and the Death card. Now, I always say it's really interesting because Spirit always puts major arcanas on this line. And I've got 3 again. So what I'm seeing here is the Hanged Man sort of makes me feel that Two of Pentacles energy where you haven't actually decided which way you want to go yet, but you are really looking at, the changes you've made here and the completion of a cycle. So this sort of fits beautifully with that mini read. It's like you are still going through the changes, and that's okay. You're still, you're still progressing to that butterfly stage. You're in the metamorphosis stage. And this says to me, some of you have been through great change here with the Death card. But whatever it is with this Hanged Man, the energy of completion here is sort of sitting with you at the moment while you decide how to move forward. You haven't quite got to the stage where you've accepted what you want to do or you've decided what you want to do, but you do know you want to close out the past and restart. But you're sort of in this energy of looking at things from a different perspective. So if it's a job or a career, maybe you're considering something brand new and you're wondering here how that's going to fit with you. You're determined with the change here. All right, so we have the Sun coming out as well. So another major arcana coming through with the Eight of Wands. Wow. Things are going to move very, very quickly once you get out of this stuck phase. Once you move out of this phase that you're currently in, things are going to move very, very quickly. There's a sort of energy of things like really picking up speed for you here. It's like you can see that light at the end of the tunnel. And you're going to move very, very quickly towards your goals. All right, and then we have the Three of Cups, celebration. Celebrating with family, friends, celebrating your own achievements, celebrating you. And look at the energy in that. The celebration of you. Oh, wow, what a beautiful reading. All right, so we have the Ten of Pentacles, which tells me that you've reached the end of a cycle and you're feeling abundant. You're looking forward to the future. You know things are coming for you. You're just not quite sure how to progress in terms of what you want to do here. This could be going for a new relationship because you've left something behind. Maybe you've learned something from previous relationships. You may have closed out some sort of karmic cycle, but your lessons have been learned. Now you want to move forward, but you're not quite sure how you want to go about that. I feel like here the universe is saying to you, you know, do your research. Make sure that whatever you're following up here with this star is part of what you want to do. Maybe a life path, maybe trying to decide how you want to move forward on your life path. But you're definitely contemplating stardom here. You are in the Queen of Wands energy, which is absolutely beautiful, and moving towards a destiny. Moving towards something that sits with you so much better than what you were doing before. I love it. The Six of Wands coming out next, telling me that you are heading towards victory. You are determined to get what you want. You are ready to move away from things that don't serve you and sort of walking into what you were born to do. There is a closing out of a past cycle. And I feel like you're currently sort of contemplating the changes you've made and how they're going to apply to the new version of you moving into the future. Now, I see the light at the end of the tunnel here, but I do things are going to move very, very quickly once you've made a decision, because I do see you celebrating yourself at the end. So whatever you've come through here and going through the other side is going to be so magnificent for you at the end of it. It's going to be a bit of a shock and surprise. Now, I want to say to you, if you are in the process of this at the moment, it's sometimes hard to see what's at the other end of it. So remember, don't push against it. Just let it happen. Something is I want to say evolving here